So I'm here with Rick Cowley. He's a friend of mine and a neighbour. Hey Rick.
How's it going, James?
Good. Now the reason for this video is Rick has an upcoming retreat, and I'm always excited about this because since I've known Rick, which isn't a long time, I got to know what he does, and it's really cool, and I'll get Rick to explain that in a minute. But over the last year or so, I've been sending some people to Rick's retreat, and they come back a new person, and that's what I want to talk about today. So Rick, what do you actually do on this retreat?
So first off, there's two ways that you can do it. So I run a live in-person retreat that's 6 days, or there's I call it a virtual, Vision Quest virtual, that goes over 28 days that you can do at home. So what we actually do is I take you through a process. This is a process that I've been developing, refining, and perfecting over the last 12 years to help you slow down, take some time away from the busyness in your life, and really reconnect with who you are, what you want, and what you're here to do. And it all boils down to clarity, helping you get deeper clarity for your life.
You know, I feel like since I've known you, I'm getting more clarity just being around you. It's funny. And I know I probably have the same effect with you and in the surfing regard. But we're recording this in my garage, actually. I'm surrounded by the things that I spend my time with now, which is surfing. And that's how I met Rick, in the surf. So it's sort of a fortuitous situation that Rick is also a way better surfer than I am. And he gives me pointers and tips. But just having a little bit of Rick in your life can really bring out the better side of you. So I've been able to experience that from the sidelines. But the other thing that Rick brings to the table is peace and calm, and also a process. Now, you used to do this process in Bali before you did this in Australia?
Yeah, well, I actually first started in Australia. I did a number of retreats for young adult cancer survivors. So that was something that I went through that played a huge role in my life, was getting leukemia at 21 years old. So when I first did this process, I was guiding young adult cancer survivors through that. And then after about 6 of those retreats, I went through a reinvention in my life and moved to Bali and opened up the retreats to anyone who wanted to come. And it turns out that it works really well for professionals and entrepreneurs they've had some success. They've created some freedom, some options in their life, but they're at a point where they're feeling maybe a little bit lost or not quite as happy or fulfilled as they thought they would be. So they need some clarity about what's really inside them, like what is that soul's calling for their next chapter.
I saw you reference the Australian version is like the Bali version except with t-shirts.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments when we would do this on Bali, sitting at a table like perched right on the ocean, and sometimes we do it in the wet season, which is it's really hot. And I remember looking around the table, people are doing their riding exercises, no one's got shirts on, women in bikinis or like a sundress, and everyone's just got sweat beating up on their forehead and their nose, and I just have this chuckle. So literally blood, sweat, and tears went into this process.
For me, surfing came about as a result of me going to a mastermind retreat in Hawaii with my friend Ezra Firestone about 9 years ago. And at the end of it, we went for a surf, and that's what kicked it off for me. So I know taking time out of a busy schedule is good. When I was driving a desk in a corporate career, I knew that wasn't my destiny and my life purpose. I had a very strong feeling that I was delaying my inevitability, and I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm going to use it anyway. I now feel that I'm in the zone. So if you're watching this video and you don't feel in the zone yet, I think Rick has way better tools and process than I know how to use to get to that result faster. That's why I encourage you to get in touch with him. What is the easy way to follow up to find out if we're coming to an in-person or an online version of your retreat?
Well, I have a conversation with everyone who's got questions, who's interested in it, even if they know that they want to join, because most people find out through word of mouth, someone who's done it, recommending it to them. Even if they're totally sold on it already, I have a conversation with everyone just to make sure that it's a good fit. So the best way to do that is to go to my website, probably, which is visionquest.com, and that's spelled VYSION Quest. And you'll see a button on there for my free masterclass. If you click on that, you're going to get a 30-minute video that explains the philosophy, the why, and the how of why Vision Quest works. And then from that, I follow up with you and send you a link if you want to book a call with me. And yeah, it'd be great to meet and chat and find out what's going on for you. And if this process is coming at the right time in your life, like for many people, this is an answer to their prayers. They know that they've been wanting more clarity in their life to get onto their true path. Like James was saying, there was a time in my life when I wasn't on my true path. I was working in sales and doing these other businesses that were adventurous, but it had nothing to do with really what I was here to do, what's going to give me fulfillment and help me fulfill my purpose. So there's a before you get that clarity and make those steps in your life, and then there's an after. Being on your true path, there's nothing that feels quite as right as that.
Yeah, and I think you know right now whether you are on your true path or not, because people who are on the true path, they are unstoppable. They feel like it's inside them. They know exactly what they want to do next. They're excited about the future. Everything seems to make sense. And if you're the opposite of that, then that's when you probably should have a chat to Rick. Anyway, as always, I'd love you to let me know if you've already been on it and you've got comments, go for it. If you watch this video and then you go on it, get back to me later. I want to know how it went. I actually get videos of people who are beside themselves with joy and excitement and clarity, but also they feel like this was the thing. And I'm talking about busy entrepreneurs who make deca millions, through to small business operators, even people with a job who are trying to crack the online thing. I think this appeals to a wide audience. That's why I wanted to bring it to you. Rick, thank you for coming along and sharing your Vision Quest concept with us.
Thank you, James. Thanks for the support, and thank you for getting me out into the surf on days when the surf was so small and crappy, there's no way I would paddle out. But you send me a message, say, hey, I'm paddling out, you want to come? And I say, okay, screw it, let's go. And I'm always, always glad that I joined you.
We always find that one wave that makes it worth it.